Hello guys, and a very warm welcome to this approach and landing video today in Palma, Majorca. We're just passing 10,000 feet, so that indicates that the lights must now come on. And we are a Thompson 737-800 on the Vatsim network, landing runway 24 left in Palma. There we go, there is the 737-800. Like I say, we're just passing 10,000 feet, and our approach this evening is taking us right of Papa Oscar Sierra, right, and then straight to bringing us down onto the ILS runway 24 left. Depending on the weather, there's not much wind around, so it looks like we will be going manual, but we should be all okay for that. We're gonna have the speed brake out now because we're getting quite high speeds, but we should be okay to try and control the speeds via the speed brake. We're just past 10,000 feet there, and like I say, en route to POS. But POS will got to be around 7,000 feet, and at the moment, as it stands, it's going to find that approach speed is going to be about between 140 knots and 145 knots. And we can bring that right down now to 3,000 feet. Like so, right, we're just going to cross-check everything to the course on 239er. Double-check the ILS frequencies 109.3, 109.3, elevations 27 feet. That's all okay and well. We're going to leave the light on for the cockpit landing this evening because it can get very dark. So, you know, we're just going to have to keep our eyes peeled. There we go. See, the way it is that we could lose the speed brake out now, but then, like, for example, we lose the speed brake and the speed will come back shooting up, so we have got to be careful with the speed because this isn't really a good controlled descent down into our destination today. We're just passing 8,000 feet very shortly, and it's 16 degrees outside, so considering the time of year, it's normally dropping in temperature in Palma, but it is quite nice weather around. About 6 miles now till we leave POS for our ILS approach into 24 left. It may not be an ILS, but for the time being, we're going to be definitely on a Cap 1 minimum at least. We'll set our minimums now. I want to try and hit minimums of about at least 1,000 feet. Yeah, so like minimums of 1,000 feet. By 1,000 feet, I want to have full control of the aircraft and yeah, so on. About 3 miles from POS now. We get to pick up a DME. There is some of the island in sight. That's to the left of us here, and that's to the right of us, but we can't really see it because it is very dark. Indeed. Here we go, leaving POS now. Scenery don't look all that, but it is dark night time, so you can't really make the most out of it, obviously. Here we go now. Straight line into establishment on the localizer, 24 left. Nice weather there, breaking through the cloud, and we will continue down to 3,000 feet as we stand, reducing our speed now to 220 knots. So now we're going to also be coming on the vertical speed as well. Again, the speed brakes are going to come back out to try and slow us down on this approach. About 15 nautical miles out from establishing, but we are still quite high. That is the number one main reason why we are here to establish. We're 24 DME now, so see, we've just picked up the DME, distance measuring equipment, if you didn't know what that stands for. We can come off the QNH now, except 1017 hectopascals. Yeah, 1017. It's the QNH. It's past 6,000 feet. En route down to 3,000. Bring the speed back to. We're going to try and hit 180 knots if we can. Obviously, when you're using the vertical speed and the speed, it's like conflicting between both. Nice scenery below, but you can't really make out. It does look a bit like a mesh or a blur, to be honest, but it does look really nice in the daytime. But you know, we're doing this nighttime landing because, you know, we like to stick to our realism. Right, we're going to now engage the VRYR localizer, and we're going to continue down to 3,000 feet. Picked up the glide path quite early there. We're going to now go flaps 1, go onto the init reference page, and yeah, because we pretty much know our final approach speed between 140 and 145, so we'll have to keep our eyes peeled for that. But we've gone flaps 1 now. Just going to wing view the flaps. Obviously you're starting to extend out the wing. It doesn't really take a genius to work that out, to be honest. Just passing 4,000 feet, 18 DME out, and camera crew seats for landing, please. Right, the yoke can come back up, and we can prepare ourselves for an arrival into Palma. Here we go. Leveling off now, 3,000 feet, speed back to 180 knots. 4 DME, we should be about 4 miles, 4 nautical miles until we should be establishing, and we'll bring the speed right back now to 160 knots. In the process, we'll lose the speed brake and we'll arm the speed brake, and we'll go flaps 5. Just waiting for our to establish now. Go, just change the display to tell us there's quite important information regarding establishing localizer. When we do start our right hand turn, which will be very, very shortly, on the localizer, we'll engage the retractable lights. They'll come on. Yeah, we're yet to get the runway in sight. $12 DME. Our localizer to pick up. We've started our right hand turn now. Overhead panel, these go to ignition, and the main landing retractable lights can come on. And yeah, that's about it. Engage the approach and command B back to the final approach speed of 143 knots now. Flaps 15. Gear warning, because we are at 10 DME, we're not going to gear down to about 8 DME, and we are yet to get the runway in sight. Here we go, established now, flaps on 15. There's the runway coming into view, 9 DME, gear down. 25. There we go. There's the call for 2,500 feet. Gear down 3 green. Gear down and locked 3 green. Sorry, my apologies. Flaps 30. Speed brake armed. Double check if you're on the overhead panels correct. Yep, that's fine. Ready to take control. We'll wait till we're about 7 DME, or 7.6 currently. And I'll now take control. Aircraft is mine. We're going to leave the auto throttle on just to keep control of the speed. I will bring it down on flight director for a category 1 ILS approach. A tad high, just a tad. We should be able to control that though. There is no need to panic. The airport looks very dark. Far out to the little bit out to the right, but we can easily correct that. $1,700 feet. Oh, this should be fine. $1,500 feet. 1,000 feet. Bit of terrain we're going over there. That's the reason why the call out is a little bit early for 1,000 feet. The runway lighting does look amazing. It just does look, just it looks amazing. We are on Vatsim as well, guys, and there is also going to be a return flight, which I might record the landing. I don't know yet, or I might record the takeoff. Minimums continue. No read back. What is that for? Okay, the TCAS just went mental for a minute. Some cars appearing now. $600 feet. 3 red, 1 white. Got to be careful here. Pitch the nose up just a tad. Be careful though. 24 left. Landing at Palma. Here we go. 400 feet. A little bit out. We should be fine. We'll bring that round now. There's no wind, so it should be quite a nice landing. Okay, then we'll lose the auto throttle. 200 feet. Ignore the puppies now. Get right up. We're down. Braking. Boom, we made it. Welcome to Palma. Right, we're going to make our way around now to the Thompson stands at Palma. Start the APU, and we'll lose the strobes, we'll lose that quick light. So we'll lose the TCAS, and we'll bring ourselves round to Palma. So there we go, guys. Landed at Palma. We'll finish it off with a taxi to the stand. The APU just booting up. At Palma, there is like a 5-minute APU restriction rule. I mean, I think it's something like the you can't turn your APU on within 5 minutes of arriving. No, you can't have your APU on for longer than 5 minutes after arriving, and it can't be on for longer than 5 minutes before departure, which is understandable. Why? Because apparently they've got a numerous amount of noise complaints. And that's why after 8 o'clock there's no reverse thrust allowed to be used at Palma. It's 8 or 10, something like that. I think it's 8 o'clock. But yeah, that's in place. So if it was past 8 o'clock, which is not, it's bang on 6 o'clock, you would just, I would just go or a brake free and no reverse. In this place you would just start the clock for 3 minutes because you've got to wait 3 minutes for the engines to shut down. But technically we are all okay because I know this taxi's longer than 3 minutes. Get the display back to the normal display. We'll leave the terrain on for that one and we'll take the traffic off this display. We'll start recycling the switches regarding our next service, which is off to London Southend from Palma. Or was it off to Gatwick? I'll have to have a look at that in a minute. There is a reason why I've turned off early. Because I'm hardcore. It's just I wanted to turn off early. Because there is another turn off down that taxiway we've just gone on. But you know. We'll quickly have a look if there's any traffic on the ground. It's an EasyJet A320. It's just turning on to final approach. He left from Gatwick, if I make myself correct, because he left about 2 or 3 minutes after I did. So, you know, all is well. Flight directors can go off as well. And we'll change the ILS frequencies over. And I'll turn off the turn-off lights and the taxi lights now. And we'll have the APU online. The main reason why I turned the taxi and turn-off lights off is because we're coming onto an area of the airfield now which is there's a lot of cars going around and there's a lot of people around, like boarding aircraft or something like that. It's like I've seen in real life. So, you know, we wouldn't want to blind anyone if that was the matter of the case. Right, let's bring the course round now. Nope. And there's an aircraft there, just landing. I don't think that ouch. I don't believe that aircraft landing knows that there's a that's not the preferred runway. That was just a message from a controller that's just come online, but he said don't only contact me if you're going out again, which I am, so all is well. So we'll contact him regarding our next flight. There's an aircraft landing, or if he's not landing, he's on the go around or whatever, but it looks like he's landing to me. These are all the Thompson stands, or Holiday Airline stands, that I like to call them at Palma. If you have been to Palma in real life, these are the sort of stands which all the holiday airlines can use or stuff. But you know, this is when I was at Palma. This was operated by this stand. If I remember rightly, 22 was operated by a Thompson Airways service flying to Luton. But we're coming from Gatwick, unfortunately. You know, pulling on this stand because it's quite close. So the one when I come from Stansted was the one right at the far end. That was the gate I used. Anyway, the engines can come off, and straight away we're going to come down into the FMC, go to the menu page, FS Actions, Ground Connections, set the wheel chock, set the ground power, and we'll get rid of the APU. Straight onto ground power, these can come off, anti-coal light can come off, logo light can remain on, passengers can get going, the packs can come off, probe heats can come off, and the IRS is going to stay there because we're off again. But yeah, everything seems okay. We'll turn all the hydraulics off. You don't have to turn all the pumps off, but you know, we are because we're hardcore. That is about it then, guys, for our flight today. We'll quickly get GSX going. We'll from our flight today from Gatwick, but we've landed at Palma. I hope you enjoyed the landing video. There hasn't been a video in quite a while, so I thought I'd do a video on. If you like this sort of content, well, hope you enjoyed it. If you don't, what do you like? Let me know in the comments, and the jet base is coming over now. Let me know in the comments what you do like, and a massive thank you for everyone that's tuned in. And be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and go below and check the Twitch out. Give us a follow. There's always regular live streams on there. and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.